Welcome back to Grizzly Books True Crime. My name is Gisela K. You can call me G, Gizmo, Gisela, Grizzly. Any of those would be great. So here we are looking at the Gabby Petito case. I did an episode, which I will put a card up at some point up there for you to click if you haven't seen that video, just covering what we know so far. And I know that you guys really enjoy it when I analyze footage, media interviews, things like that. So I thought we could go through the body cam footage together. You know, it is very strange stuff, that happened there. And I really think the police did their job. I don't think they could have suspected that, right after that, pretty much Gabby would go missing. So let us have a look at this. I'm going to play it for you. I've got this from Fox 35 News, Orlando. Don't know where everyone gets it, but I've got it here, and I'm going to put my fair use disclaimer up. Let's get started. Okay, now that we've got that sorted, let's get going on looking at this video. Just want to make sure if you can hear me. Hold on. I don't think there's any sound here yet, is there? I can't hear anything either, don't worry.
I'm about 3/4 of a mile into the arches, just before the gate.
It's the camera from the cop car, okay? Remember that the cops were calling the cops were following them and stopping them based on a witness that called the police because of an altercation going on between Gabby Petito and her boyfriend / fiance, Brian Laundrie. He was allegedly her fiance. People are saying boyfriend or ex-fiance because her mother suspects that they called off the engagement before their trip started because they were just too young to get married. That's what she said that they said, right? Let me know if it's too loud for you. I think it should be good. I'm saying let me know if I'm live. I'm not live. This is pre-recorded for you. Okay, so there you can see the white van that they were living the van life in, that converted so beautifully in the back. I'm sure that was mostly Gabby's work, right? It looked so nice. But that's the van. And this is the last footage that we can see of Gabby alive and talking, interacting. And she's in a terrible state in this video. So there's, of course, as always with all true crime, a trigger warning attached to this video. Anyway, so let's move on. I lost my train of thought there. I was going to tell you something else. Oh yeah, I was just going to tell you this is a premiere video and not a live stream. I live stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. If you want to catch me live, subscribe, hit the bell, and remember to go to my homepage and look at all the upcoming live streams and set reminders for yourself. You can click a button that says set reminder. It'll remind you 30 minutes before the time, and it'll remind you again when I do go live. So yeah, do that. And let's carry on. Are we ready? Sorry for all that rambling.
You want to place your vehicle into park and go ahead and turn it off for me?
Yeah. So right off the bat, she says, I'm sorry. She's already apologizing, which some people do in abusive situations, right? The immediate thing to do is apologize, which I think is kind of sad. But let's see.
No, park.
Oh, it is in park, yeah.
Okay, turn off your engine. Go ahead and set your keys on the dash for me, all right? What's your guys' names?
Gabby. I'm Brian.
Gabby, Brian?
They kind of both answered at the same time. So all I can analyze is that, they're both strong-willed, strong-headed people. Maybe a bit of a clash in that way. You know what I mean? Both determined in their own minds. I'm just saying that because they both answered immediately, like Gabby, Brian. Look at him. He's looking like, hey, officer, what's up? Like, he's playing it so cool, and she looks visibly upset. The reason I'm also saying power struggle or something like that is because when I've been in a situation where I'm having a massive fight with a boyfriend, so this is from the past, if anyone else comes past and like, hey, man, are you guys okay? I don't know. I went into like a bit of more of a submissive role, meaning if someone said, so what are your guys' names? Well, just in any situation, actually, I'm like, I wait for the other person to respond. But here they're both responding at the same time. So they're definitely like, oh man, this is like what a situation we're in, right? And they both respond at the same time.
And okay, what's going on? How come you're crying?
I'm sorry, we've just been fighting this morning.
It's like, what's going on? Like, why are you crying? She's like, I'm not crying. We've just been fighting this morning. Look at his face. Can you see that? Wow, he's just looking at her like, what are you about to tell him? You see? Wow.
Some personal issues.
It was a long day. We were camping yesterday and camping got...
He's staring at her while telling the answer. Been a long day. We went camping yesterday and today. And it's, yeah, he's totally playing down the situation. They're both trying to play down the situation, that's for damn sure. But by the way, I should have said this before I started. All of what I'm saying is, in my opinion only. It's speculative. It is just sharing some thoughts with you. I know you guys like hearing my thoughts sometimes. Hey, some of you might really hate it. That's okay. But I am not a mental health professional. I'm not a detective. I'm just a self-published true crime author. I just like true crime. And I got a YouTube channel. And I especially like analyzing communication and body language. Like, that's my thing. And where do those skills of mine come from? From my own life of trauma and having to read every micro movement of people to try to figure out what they were going to do next. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, maybe it'll come in handy in this realm of things.
Stuff, flies and stuff. I'm sorry I hit the bump there.
I was distracting him from driving, I'm sorry.
So he says, I'm sorry I hit the bump there because he hit the curb. And now I backed it up so he can talk to the cops. But she's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I was distracting him. Look, he's happy about that. You can see he's like, yeah. Like, okay.
Can I get you to step out of the vehicle for me, man?
Yeah.
Just hang tight right there. Do you mind if I take your keys and just put them on your hood?
You got it, buddy. I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you. Oh, no, you're fine.
Good job to the officer being like, can I take, your keys on the dash? Could we put those on the hood? Just in case. Like, he actually grabs them right off the dashboard. Is that what you guys call it? Call it that in South Africa. Dashboard, grab it and just like race off. That would be quite hectic.
I'm going to go ahead and close your door, okay?
Shame. To me, she looks so scared. She looks so scared right there.
Come over here.
And the way she's walking there is like very, her shoulders are slumped, her chest is all caved in, and she's just walking like she's very scared and feeling ashamed in a way. Like this is a terrible situation. That's what it looks like.
So 229, I have the female that was on the passenger seat separated from the male. Keys are on the hood. You want to tell me what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, some days I have really bad OCD.
Okay, so she says some days, and then she says, I have really bad OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. It really is, if she was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, it's really a struggle to have OCD. I am on the spectrum of OCD. I have mild OCD, but my husband has severe OCD, and I know how difficult it can be, so, and sometimes it can be, I'm just going to be honest, it's frustrating sometimes to deal with someone's maybe irrational thoughts or fears or rigid routines they have or things that must happen a certain way. It can be very frustrating, so I would, for a second, understand if he was frustrated with her and then they had this like violent type of outbreak together, a fight. I understand that, It's frustrating when you can't get someone out of a certain headspace But it's not your job or your role to pull someone out of a headspace. They need a lot of love and support, therapy, medication. And yeah, I don't think Brian was equipped to deal with her OCD if she really had obsessive compulsive disorder.
And I was just cleaning and straightening up the back of the van before, and I was apologizing to him and saying, I'm sorry that I'm so mean, because sometimes I have OCD and sometimes I can get really frustrated. Not like mean towards him, I just like, I guess my vibe is like, I am like in a bad mood.
So if I could describe the vibe, it would be this absolute desperation to regain control. If something is out of place, if something, triggers that OCD, it can really make the person really desperate to get control back. And then the vibe would be frustrating or off or annoying for the other person, I guess, if the person had no empathy or understanding of the condition itself, right? Which I don't think Brian did, clearly.
I was just saying, I'm sorry if I'm in a bad mood. I've just been really stressed. I had so much work I was doing on my computer this morning.
What do you do for a living?
I hate to forget.
So she said she was really stressed and she had so much work to do on her computer that morning. So now they ask, well, what do you do for a living? So she talks about, in a second, what she did before they went on this van life adventure. But yeah, she was literally running the reputation of what they were doing, meaning their website, which was a blog, the social media accounts, things like that, the YouTube channel.
Organic juice bar, but I just quit my job.
Okay.
I was a nutritionist. That was my job.
Cool.
And I just quit my job to travel across the country, and I'm trying to start a blog. I just have a blog and stuff. So I've been building my website. So I've just been really stressed. And
It is a stressful thing to do. If you've ever built a website or tried to launch a business from scratch, it is so stressful. And if you do it as partners, again, I would know, grizzly-books.com, my husband made that website. My husband makes all my book covers. We've had fights because it gets so stressful when you're trying to launch that sort of business. I say sort of because it's like a side hustle, especially for him. He works 40 to 60 hours every week. And then on top of that, he's like designing my book covers every few months and then the website. And then there's this lot of like stress and pressure that can happen. And especially when one person has severe OCD, it can get really, really stressful because they want full control. They don't want to be pushed in a corner. They don't want to be nagged. They don't like deadlines. They just want to get stuff done. They don't want to be distracted. And I would just assume that the way we've seen Brian, which we'll see just now, he's more like chill, nomadic, nature lover dude. Clearly, possibly, allegedly with a sinister streak. We don't know that yet. But this energy probably really frustrated him. And it would have caused a lot of fights. She needed someone who really understood her condition and could really love and support her and calm her down. There's actually nothing worse for someone with severe anxiety or OCD or any mental health challenges, really, if someone just says, just relax. Huh? Did you feel triggered already? Because I get so angry if someone says, just relax. And I'm like, oh my word. So it was just a bad combination here. I don't think he had the capacity to deal with her mental health challenges. And I'm not saying he doesn't have any. We analyzed his Instagram in my previous video. I think he had some mental health challenges. But OCD, shame. I feel sorry for her.
I don't really believe that I could do any of it. So that's kind of been like I don't know, he's like down there. I don't know, we've just been fighting all morning and he wouldn't let me in the car before. And then
Why wouldn't he let you in the car?
So she said they've been fighting all morning and he wouldn't even let her in the car before. So he locked her out of her own car.
Because of your OCD?
He told me I needed to calm down. Yeah. But I'm perfectly calm. I'm calm all the time. And he really is.
She said he told me that I needed to calm down, but I'm perfectly calm. I'm calm all the time. I wouldn't say with OCD that one is calm all the time, but there's a need to feel calm all the time. you know, and a lot of times things can feel very overstimulating and it can escalate really quickly, you know, for someone with OCD.
It stresses me out, and I just...
She literally said, he stresses me out.
This is a rough morning.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't I sit you down in the back seat of my car? You're not in any trouble, okay? I'm not going to be putting handcuffs on you. You obviously don't have any weapons. I'm going to get you into the air conditioning, let you take a breath, relax a little bit, and then I'll come back and talk to you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty.
Shame. I feel so bad for her. I really hope they find her alive. I really hope they do.
Like I said, you're not in any trouble. So just go ahead and take a seat. Watch your feet.
Okay, now they're heading back. Now they're heading back to the van. You can see the van there. Did they blur out the registration? Not really. U.S. Park Ranger is on the scene.
What's that?
You talked to Gabby already?
He says, you talked to Gabby already? Well, duh. Where do you think I was this whole time?
Yeah, I just spoke to her. Yeah. So,
I'm sorry. Would you not, guys, you know on this channel we talk about the what's case a lot. Don't you think that if the police swooped in on that house and Nicole Kessinger was found at the house, that's exactly what Chris Watts would have said. Like, so you talked to Nikki already, huh? You talked to Nikki? And like, yeah, okay. And then tells his story. I don't know. Just got the vibes there.
you want to do me a favor? Let's go ahead and get you to step out of the vehicle, alrighty?
Look at him. He's like, yeah, sure. Like, have you ever seen someone so enthusiastic to step out of the car? I can see why people are drawing comparisons between him and Chris Watts too. I mean, he even kind of looks like him. People have said peanut head about Chris Watts.
Come on over here. You're not in any trouble right now. So, tell me what...
He's got that Dahmer walk. It looks like the legs are independent from the body, from the top off. It's just weird. I'm sorry to sound judgy. I just have to nitpick some things in true crime. That's what we do over here. I'm not trying to judge a dude who hasn't yet been pinned for anything. He is being quiet and he has lawyered up and his parents are keeping him out of the spotlight. But like, we got to look at it. We got to look at it, right? Objectively. Sorry. I just want to, I'm going to move up so that you can see, wait, like this. I feel like that could be better. Yes. Okay.
What's going on?
She just gets worked up sometimes, and I try and really distance myself from her, so like I locked the car and I walked away from her.
I don't know. Very chilled here. He's making hands like Chris Watts. Lots of hand movements going on. And they say, what's going on? He doesn't say, well, we just had a fight. It's been a really bad day. Immediately starts blaming her for everything.
What happened this morning is that she's trying to start up like her own little website blog and everything. So
she's trying to set up her own little website blog. You know I like analyzing communication. And I'm hearing words from a narcissist. Little website. I'm sorry, but he didn't have to say little. She was busy working all day on setting up her website. You don't have to say she was working all day setting up a little website. It's not little when it's your whole life. It's not little when you're tagging along with her in her car, living the van life, and she's busy doing all the work to actually get the exposure of this life. I think he thought they're just going to go on a van life alone with no social media, with no nothing. So he clearly hasn't made the connection that you need money to do this kind of stuff.
I give her time. We really had a nice morning, if anything, but
He said, we really had a nice morning, if anything, but he's covered in scratches, number one. Secondly, she said, we've been fighting all morning. She said it twice. Is that a nice morning to you, dude?
Just worked up because we were trying to get going and get our day going because we want to go like arches before the summer time.
Okay. You want to tell me about those?
Yeah, I just want to get our day going. Yeah, we just want to go back to, I don't know what he said there. Just want to get our day going. It sounds to me like she was trying to clean up the back of the van. Well, who knows what he was doing. It sounds like, you know, she was trying to do some work before they got going. He's like, we really just want to get going with our day.
Scratches on your face?
She had her cell phone in her hand. That's why I was pushing her away.
Okay, so she had her cell phone in her hand. That's why I was pushing her away. I think we should look at it again.
Everything, so I give her time. And we really had a nice morning, if anything, but she just worked up because we were trying to get going and get our day going because we want to go.
Okay, so he said, so she just got worked up as we were trying to get our day going.
Like arches before the summer time.
Okay. You want to tell me about those scratches on your face?
She had her cell phone in her hand.
I mean, do you want to tell me about those scratches on your face? He immediately answered. There wasn't even a second to hesitate. She was like, yeah, she had her cell phone in her hand, like, again, blaming her. But had her cell phone in her hand and was trying to push her away. It means she was trying to film him doing something.
That's why I was pushing her away, because she wanted me. I locked the keys so I could walk away. I said, let's just take a breather and let's not, go anywhere.
See, that whole little story just made no sense. She had her cell phone in her hand. Yes, many people do. It's 2021. But he probably means she was filming me. And he didn't like it.
Let's just calm down for a minute. She was getting her worked up. And then she had her phone and was trying to get the keys for me. So I got in the way. I was just trying to, I know I shouldn't push, but I was just trying to push her away to go, let's just take a minute, step back and breathe. And she got me with her phone.
Can I see your hand?
Hit him with a phone? I think she scratched him up. Oh man, this looks like the What's picture. Don't they have the weirdest hands and feet?
Oh, you got a mark right here.
Oh, that's from a wire.
That's from a wire?
Yeah.
Oh, that's from a wire. What wire are we talking about now? Yeah, that's from a wire. Okay, could you tell us more about the wire, son? What's going on over here?
You want to tell me about hitting that curb?
Hitting the curb was her grabbing the wheel.
She grabbed the wheel?
Yeah. She said, I can't believe we're getting pulled over, and then she grabbed the wheel.
What about the...
She said, I can't believe we're getting pulled over, and she grabbed the wheel. You mean you started accelerating, which the cop asked him about next, and she was like, stop the damn car. There's cops behind us. The police want to stop us. So, yeah. She probably did grab the wheel to make him stop. Thank goodness they didn't have an accident at that point. Right?
The speed. Did she take over the... Did
No,
she take over the pedal on you?
If I was going fast, I'm sorry. No, it's probably just the moment of, I'm still shaking now. The adrenaline, seeing the lights flashing up, and then her gripping the wheel. So if I...
Oh, you saw the lights flashing and she grabbed the wheel, but all you wanted to do was get away, right? Right?
sped up, I'm sorry about that. Or if I was speeding beforehand, I'm sorry about that.
I'm sorry about that. It's a very weird way to apologize. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. There is no remorse or apology in that voice whatsoever. You want to hear it again?
From a wire?
Yeah.
You want to tell me about hitting that curb?
Hitting the curb was her grabbing the wheel.
She grabbed the wheel?
Yeah. She said, I can't believe we're getting pulled over, and then she grabbed the wheel.
What about the speed? Did she take...
Yeah. I'm going to do this for you on the half speed. Listen to this.
No, I'm sorry.
The pedal on you?
If I was going fast, I'm sorry. No, it's probably just the moment of like, I'm still shaking now. The adrenaline, seeing the lights flashing up, and then her gripping the wheel. So if I sped up, I'm sorry about that. Or if I was
See it? I'm sorry about that.
speeding beforehand, I'm sorry about that. Yeah,
See? That's no form of apology. That's just saying words you think you're supposed to say.
I meant to catch up to you. So,
yeah. I'm sorry about that. We're just going into the
I'm sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that.
park again to get water because we have a 6-gallon water container to fill up, so we're just grabbing water.
Like Chris Wood said, he's gas can in the back, which we still want to know what that was all about. But he's like, yeah, we got a 6-gallon of water. We just want to fill that up, you know?
For the hike. Okay. And I was trying to keep everything calm and quiet because there's plans still to go for a hike, but then I'm really sorry about that.
course.
He almost stopped himself there because he's really realizing he's saying, I'm sorry about that, a few too many times. So now it's like, yeah, and I'm sorry about that.
Do me a favor. You want to go ahead and just take a seat right over here on the curb for me?
And if I was speeding, I'm sorry. I want to apologize.
You don't have anything.
Oh, and if I was speeding, I'm sorry about that. You mean you're trying to get away? He's very worried about that. He's not worried about causing Gabby significant psychological strain. No, he's sorry about speeding.
In my pocket or anything like that, do you? Nope, just the wallet. All right. And then, do you mind lifting your
Literally the same kind of feet and shoes as Chris Watts, I'm saying.
shirt so I can check your waistband? I got turn around for me real quick. Perfect. Nothing. I just want to make sure. That's all, man. Go ahead, do me a favor, take a seat. All right. Oh, do you have your ID on you?
In the car, if you want to come with me.
No, we'll just do this. Just go ahead and take a seat.
It's in the car if you want to come with me. He's like, oh, no, take a seat. Do that later.
You can come with me, I'll give it to you.
No, you're fine.
And then he says again, if you want to come with me, I'll give it to you. Sorry, we can now only see his head here. Hold on. Ah. Sorry about that. Like that?
What's your first name?
Brian?
Brian? Is that layman spelling?
B-R-I-N, yeah, and...
W-A-T-T-S. B-R-I-N. He's got to write it in the air.
L-A-U-N.
And then your last name?
L-A-U-N.
L-A-U-N.
B-R-I-E.
Smiling a lot while telling his name, don't you think? Smiling a lot while telling his name. B-R-I-N.
D-R-I-E?
Yep.
Laundrie? Mm-hmm. Okay. What's your...
The cop's like, Laundrie? He's like, mm-hmm. Smiling a lot while telling the name. I just like that. B-R-I-N. L-A-U-N. D-R-I-E. Okay.
date of birth, Brian?
Yeah, here and there the sound cuts out on the video. It's just how it is on the body cam video. I think it's also... Actually, I don't know if the sound cuts out or they muted the part where you're saying like address and phone number and stuff.
I'll say crisscross applesauce, but can I just sit in the shade because I'm bald? It's okay. I'll give you some shade. Sound good?
Can I sit in the shade because I'm bald? Melon boy, melon boy.
Alrighty, just hang tight for me. SO229. I need a 29 name and date of birth.
Your melon getting fried in the sun this. Melon boy.
First name Brian, layman spellings, last name Laundrie, Lima, Alpha, Uniform, November, Delta, Romeo, India.
And there, the sound cuts out again. Beautiful area. Beautiful area.
Where'd you hit him? Just slapped him first? It's on his face? How many times did you slap?
Bravo, Romeo, India, Alpha, November.
And then what? And his reaction was to do what?
It's going to be out of Florida.
He just grabbed you?
Oh man, I hope we don't see all these little notepads on a discovery type of document again. I hope not.
Did he?
Meaning I hope this case doesn't become a murder case.
Did he hit you though? I mean, it's okay if you're saying you hit him, but then I understand if he hit you, but we want to know the truth if he actually hit you. Because, you know, where did he hit you? Don't worry, just be honest.
They're trying to figure out who hit who and why he's got all the scratches and what's going on. She shows how he grabbed her face like that.
Did he slap your face or what?
Sorry, I'm looking to see that my glasses aren't reflecting all this. All the lamp sometimes reflects like that on my glasses. I know you guys get mesmerized by it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So has he been drinking?
No, we don't drink.
It's like, have you been drinking? No, we don't drink, right? I think they were literally doing a vegan life and a van life at the same time.
What was up with his driving? This officer said he hit a curb.
I
While you're driving?
well, he was driving.
While he was driving, you were hitting him?
Not a lot.
Shame, she's so stressed she can hardly talk. But she admits to grabbing the wheel.
Probably like, come on, and I like kind of went like something.
Did you already tell him all this?
I didn't get that far into
Okay,
it. She
so
was hyperventilating
She's
a little
saying
bit.
that they don't drink, but at the point when you let them
Shame, man, she's freezing her butt off now because they put her in an air-conditioned car.
out.
You don't drink or anything.
You can see the goose flesh, the goose bumps, what do you guys call it? Chicken skin on the cop over here just from the door being open.
She started hitting him.
I was yelling at him, and then when you turned your lights on, I like kind of punched her arm like there's no
So she's saying it was like hit the curb. You said it was Gabby? I'm sorry, I don't know that name. It was Gabby?
Yeah.
Shame. She looks so distraught, honestly.
Try to meditate stuff, but you tend to have a lot of anxiety and stress.
I have a lot of anxiety.
And what's his
OCD.
name? Is it Brian? Is he usually pretty patient with you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I get,
A lot of anxiety.
it just makes me upset. I know that he definitely gets frustrated with me a lot.
The sound.
Way of taking my anxiety and bringing it down, but my ex-wife, especially my ex-wife, I'm just sharing. I know it's a little personal, but to help you understand, we would feed off each other's anxiety. And
Yeah,
spiral.
feeding off each other's anxiety. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes things can escalate if one person is frustrated and aggressive, and then a person with a lot of anxiety and OCD could respond in a very aggressive way, which then would get the other person who's aggressive going. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you want to fight, and then everyone sees red.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter how much I loved her. It may be bad for your soul. Just saying. I'm not telling you what to do with your life, but if you know you have anxiety, look at the situations you can get in. You know what I mean? And we're not here to be mean to you or anything. Well, you know.
I'm not loving what he's saying to her there. Like, well, you have anxiety, and look at the situation you can get in. Because in hindsight, the way that Brian's behaving, ooh, that's going to be a statement people are going to rip apart in the future if this turns out to be a terrible murder case or something, right? Because, like, yeah, look at the situation that happens when you have anxiety. You just got to bring that down. Like, could you maybe address Brian?
There's a first time, and then it usually, we'll go see what.
She says it's the first time that ever happened, and then he says, well, there's always a first time, and then it usually it means snowballs, right? But it's not her fault that she's got anxiety.
Brian's saying, but I think you've heard everything now from.
Quick question. You said you were hitting him in the arm. Did you grab the steering wheel?
No, I didn't.
You did not touch the
I
steering
didn't touch
wheel.
the steering wheel, but
Okay, whoa. She's saying she didn't grab the steering wheel.
only for like a second because I just saw the lights come on and it was more
Okay, only for a second because she saw the lights come on.
just like you're an idiot, like
But did you grab the steering wheel and like
No.
swerve or anything like
no,
that?
no, no. I didn't touch the steering wheel at all.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna go ahead and close this door
he's a
again.
liar.
Do you have enough air back here, or do you want me to kick it up some more?
Do you have any water?
I will see if I can find some.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Damn, both of them be thirsty because he's talking about the water, she's talking about the water. I mean, in a situation like this, you would want water, but like, I think they were really on their way to go get some water.
You wouldn't happen to have any water, would you?
Just look at him. Look at the way he's standing. I'm sorry, that's shady language. The one foot pointing forward, the other one back like that. Just the way he's standing is just like, I don't know. I don't want to say bad things. And his shoulders are hunched over like that. I think he's feeling vulnerable and insecure, and he's trying to mask it by looking chilled, by having a body posture and stuff to look kind of chilled. You know what I mean?
Can I get a bottle?
Did you already give a statement for this officer? I've got this gentleman here. Yeah. This gentleman noticed that you had some marks on your neck. Yeah. He she's got some marks on her too. We're just trying to figure out what all happened. And I know you probably already told your story. This officer is probably going to be the one handling the whole case. Do you want to listen to what he has to say? And then you tell him what happened.
That would be a I'm a good boy stance. I don't know what else to call it. I'm very well behaved. I will comply. I'm very compliant and very well behaved. I will do anything you say right now. You know what's so shocking is that he actually drove the van home himself, arriving on September 1st. With no remorse, with no anything after this. Like I think, speculatively, that him being able to pull this off, to look this chilled and compliant, is what made him think, well, then I could get away with anything. Because from all the serial killer cases I've looked at, I know he's not a serial killer, not that we know of. Once they realize, oh my word, I could get away with this, then they're really on a roll.
So, if you don't mind.
Start at the beginning for me.
Start at the beginning. Well, I don't want to go too far back, but we've been in BLM land for the past week or so, traveling around, and the flies here are pretty intense. So the flies have definitely been getting to her, and then my feet are dirty and everything. So I think that our little squabble started because we were hanging out at the coffee shop, and when we got back to the van, there was some dirt and stuff in the van, and I moved.
But his feet were always dirty.
Our food around is a little disorganized, so she gets a little.
Sorry about that.
See? He said, I moved around, something in the back of the van, and she gets a little bit worked up from that because, hello, OCD, that's how it works, dude. Maybe do some research. If this is your fiancé, maybe take the time to do some research on her condition so that you can show her love in a way that she understands.
Do you need any water?
That's okay.
It's hot out here.
We were going to get water because we ran out, but it's okay.
Now he doesn't want water. He doesn't want to accept water from them. Look at this.
No, it's okay. I don't like plastic bottles. It's okay. Thank you, though.
I don't like plastic bottles. No, it's okay. Don't give me water. I don't like plastic bottles. And yet on his Instagram, he's there with a plastic bottle of water. Anyway,
but we just had a little disagreement there. Disagreement was just that she was getting a little worked up, and I was saying, no, it's okay, thank you so much.
As long as it's cool.
He's so judgmental about that plastic water bottle. Oh, no, it's okay. Me, no plastic bottles. Thank you.
That's good.
So it was just more of a disagreement, and I just wanted to say...
What was the disagreement about?
It was, I wouldn't even call it disagreement. It was just that I'm dirty and I can't change being dirty. Like, I got dirty feet, I got sand on my flip-flops and stuff like that. It was that we were at the coffee.
I'm dirty and I can't change being dirty. Great. Like, I know what he means, but like, depending on how this case turns out, that one, wow. What a quote.
We shop for so long because we were there from 9 to 3. So I guess there's a few little things, little relationships. I don't know if you're in a relationship, but I'm sure you're.
I've been married for over 5 years now.
He's trying to, look how happy he is. Smiling way too much, but he's trying to be like, I don't know if you're in a relationship. So now he's trying to like build rapport, right?
There's a lot of little things.
Yeah, I can go.
And
I get it.
Yeah, we really.
A lot of little things. I'm sure there are a lot of little things. Baby boy, melon boy. This one's melon boy. Anyway, I'm going to stop it there. This will be part 1. I don't want to make these videos too long. I want you guys to be able to watch them and enjoy them. We've done 14 minutes of this analysis out of an hour and 17. So there will be multiple parts to this. If you like that, hit the thumbs up. If that's something you like, check out the playlist. I'll put this on the Gabby playlist. I don't like calling the playlist that, but it is about her case now. This is a very serious case. If you have any information, as I've said before, please contact the anonymous tip-off line. What do we call it? The number, 1-800-CALL-FBI. And for goodness sake, I hope that he will start talking, or that they'll get a search warrant or a way to get him to start talking. That would be great. Anyway, I'll see you for the next one.